discovery. Through this journey of discovery. Finding you, I'm finding me. Finding you, I'm finding me. Now that I have someone special who brings out the joy. Brings out the joy inside of me. Inside of me. Whatever we want, all we need is love. And yeah, that's the way I feel it should be. You and me.
Hello, the world of YouTube. It's me, Charles Nickel Williams, and Corey. Watching his anime. What you watching, baby? Hero
Academia.
Yes. So today we are doing his hair. Look at it, y'all. Woo! Chun. Nice and luscious and thick. We're about to get into doing that or whatever, because it's Friday, so it's a hair tutorial day. And look what I just purchased. It is my very own filtered shower head. I've been doing a lot of research or whatever, and the water that you wash your hair with, like that comes like fresh out the shower, is horrible, like for your hair. Like really, really horrible. Like it will strip your hair of like all its moisture, like beyond, because of the chlorine that's in the water. But see, I didn't notice, how bad the water was here until like, I noticed that my hair was changing when I used to have really, really long hair. Cause I come from the country, so like we always had well water. So like when I moved to Charlotte and like we was using, this city water or whatever, I was like, my hair is really, really fucking brittle every time I wash my hair. But it's because of this freaking chlorine ass water. Got you a nice filtered shower head. We bought this from Lowe's. How much was it, baby? About $46? $46?
Yeah, I think so.
He's so into that anime, y'all. He ain't paying us no attention. I'm jealous. But it's whatever. So we about to get into that or whatever. I'm about to wash his hair, twist it up. And then, you guys, we're going to get into a little bit of a story time. But yes, see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so now that his hair is good and washed, I'm about to go in with only because his hair is really, 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 really soft, and I think it's definitely due to the filtered shower head or whatever. Then also like the products that I use. We're just gonna go in with the virgin coconut oil. We do want to share a story time with you guys. This is the time that I experienced a really, really bad roommate. So this guy moves in, y'all, and when I tell you, he was so standoffish. The first incident that I noticed that he was having an issue with us, it was me, Corey, Adrian, and Ikemba. We were all like at the house or whatever. We was watching Netflix or whatever, and we was also playing the game. He comes out his room or whatever. No, we're not really paying him no mind. We continue having conversation or whatever. He walks through the house or whatever, and before he leaves, y'all, he slams the freak out of the door. Like, he slams it so hard that my picture on the wall shifted. And that took me, 0 to 100, because my sister painted that, and I take those paintings very, very, like, no, I wanted to say something to him, because I was just like, at the end of the day, what's your freaking problem? Like, you slamming doors and stuff, like someone has done something to you. Like, what's the problem? And I just wanted to get to the bottom of why he's slamming doors. But Corey and my friend Kimba, he was just like, no, don't say anything. That's just gonna make the situation worse. Let him, act the way he acts. This is when everything hit the fan. The first night or whatever, we invited like a group of friends over to just kind of like play the game. We was drinking a little bit, just having a good time. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we could have been a little louder that night, but it wasn't that bad. Like, we was laughing and having a good time, but I don't feel like we was being a disturbance. And all of a sudden, we hear like a bang on the door, like boom, 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 boom. So my friend Kim, he gets up and he goes and checks the door. And he's like, y'all, it's the police. First thing that we did was we had all of the guests to just run into the room. Like, Ikemba's friend, he ran into Ikemba's room, and then Adrian and Corey went into my room, and me and Ikemba opened the door, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not about to sit here and open the door and the police see a big group of black people in one area. Like, I'm sorry, that just sounds like trouble or whatever. So we open the door, and the police officer, he opens it, and he's like, hello, how are you guys doing? And we're like, we're fine. This cop that we're talking to is nice, but the cop standing behind him looked like he was ready to get into some stuff. Like, he seemed like he was not friendly. His face was tore up, and he just was giving me, like, I'm not gonna even lie, he was giving me like racist, like ready to try something vibes. I covered myself in the blood, and I didn't pay no attention to him. I kept right on talking to the nice officer that was in front of me, because I didn't have time to even entertain that demon standing behind him. The police officer was like, we just got a complaint that there was a party going on here or whatever, but it doesn't seem like it's a party in this unit. And we was like, no, we're just playing the game or whatever. And the police officer was like, well, yeah, okay, it could just be another unit, and the person called from an unknown number, so we don't even know who made the call, but they gave us this unit. And I'm just like, and when he said that, I automatically knew my roommate called the police on us. And after that, I was very upset, because I'm just like, you already know the relationship between black people and the police. And at that point, it went from him just being weird and standoffish to the reason why he's weird and standoffish is because he's racist.
I understand if he felt like we were being loud, but he should have, came out the room and said, hey, y'all being loud. That's why I just don't understand that part. If he was being so loud, he should have just said, hey, y'all being loud, I'm trying to do whatever. But at this point, Nico already mad that he called the police the first time, so he going off. Mind you, we didn't know the boy was in the room. We thought he was gone. He usually leaves his shoes at the door. That's how we kind of figured he was there.
Because he's literally like that standoffish. Like, he never comes out of his room. The only time he comes in the room was to like go to the kitchen, but like he would run in the kitchen, do what he had to do, and like run. Like, you could hear him like power walking back and forth, like back to the kitchen to his room and stuff like that, like on some scary stuff.
At this point, Nico going off. He was just like, you in college, like, you should be able to talk to your roommates if you have a problem, if you have an issue, close mouth don't get fed. You know how he go on and on. But yeah, he was livid, and then a friend was chiming in and was like, yeah, and then that's when he was like, he had a problem with a couple of gay black men. He said it mad loud, and I was just like, Lord.
But again, we did not know he was there. You know what I'm saying? And then plus we've been like drinking, and like we said, he doesn't talk to us, he doesn't communicate with us. After that entire freaking situation or whatever, me and Corey, like, we leave and we come back and stay with Adrian. Ikemba called us the same night and said the police had came again. And this time the police bust up in our house, and the police is like, we're here to see, my roommate or whatever. And that's when we knew, okay, so he's definitely the one that was calling the police. One of the police officers is interrogating him, asking him questions, what's going on, what is this that we hear about, like, like you guys having another gathering and like having another party, and this time like he feels threatened, saying that we were threatening him or whatever. First off, how can somebody threaten you and we don't even know you there? We were just saying, if you have an issue, open your mouth. Why are you calling the police? But he took it as we were threatening him or whatever. So Ikemba told me that whole situation went down, and then the police pretty much just left after that, because again, he called the police twice complaining about a gathering, but when they got here again, they saw no one. So this boy literally looked stupid in the eyes of the law twice, because the first time that they came, nobody was there, and then the second time that they came, nobody was there. This is where it gets crazy. This is when Karen comes into the freaking picture. This happened. So the next morning or whatever, Ikemba and his friend, they get up and they're chilling on the couch or whatever. This all comes from Ikemba. And the boy walks in with his mother. And his mother is like going off on Ikemba. Like she's just like, y'all about to get evicted. And just for the record, it wasn't my son calling the police. It was me, because I could hear y'all. I was calling to check on my son, and I could hear y'all in the living room. So if you could hear us in the living room, lady, you should know that we are laughing and you could hear us having a good time. And I'm pretty sure you heard a video game. How does that sound like your child is in a dangerous situation? No, the problem is he was uncomfortable that he was in a house full of black people. His mother was uncomfortable that he was in a house full of black people. And the reason why they were uncomfortable is because I feel that they were racist. So they called the police on us twice to try to get us in trouble and try to make it seem like we were doing stuff that we wasn't.
Yeah, I just feel like that. I don't know. I'm not saying that he could not have been racist. He could have been, but I don't want to say it was that. I just feel like it was a house full of black people. And, you know, sometimes, I'm not going to say in every occasion, but you know, Caucasians, you know, they get uncomfortable around a whole bunch of black people. I'm not saying it's all, but you know, the people that have not been around that need, and you know, and start to live with them, you can tell it's you know, uncomfortable for them.
I honestly feel like that's where the controversy lies. You know what I'm saying? We understand that in that situation you can be uncomfortable because you're used to living with people that look like you. I get it, okay? I'm used to living with people that look like me too, so I was slightly uncomfortable when you moved in. However, even in that case, you know what I'm saying? You need to get to know your roommates. You need to get to know what we are about. You just cannot base us off of assumptions. And that's why I feel like that's where I feel like it's more of him being racist. Because at the end of the day, you social profiled us. You didn't know who we are. You didn't care to get to know who we are. And you didn't even care to come out to sit there and say, hey, look, whatever you're doing in there, can you guys quiet down if we was really that disturbing to you? You call the police. And one thing for certain, uncomfortable or not, you are not a hermit. You know the relationship between black people and the police. And the fact that you called the police twice to try to get us in trouble, that let us know right then and there. You don't care. You don't care to get to know us. You don't care to speak to us. You don't care to learn what we're about. You just want us out of that house. And that's where I felt that you were racist. Because at the end of the day, I said you like I'm talking to him, child. Because if I was there, he would have heard some words from me. But that's why I'm glad, you know, Ikemba talked to him. Ikemba was very apologetic. Because if I was there or whatever, it would have been a whole nother story. And I already know how Caucasians can get in that situation. They would have acted like I was being all of this, and probably would have called the police again and tried to make it seem like I was being threatening, and I probably would have been going to jail. Because she would have got called everything but the child of God, yelling in my face.
I just want to say thank you all for supporting us and subscribing to our channel. Now we have 236 now. Mm-hmm. And we just want to say we appreciate you guys for the love and support. And, you know, if You support us, we support you.
We better wrap this up. We all have dreams and we all have goals. So let's go forth and be great. Love you guys.
Peace and blessings.